You're listening to the Gab Street Podcast, Columbus, Ohio's #1 podcast for underground talent. Every week we have new conversations with interesting individuals who contribute to the Columbus economy and its lively culture. You may find just what you're looking for right in your backyard. Let's get right into it.
Just because like THC is what gets you high. It's like what most people like about it. They like, oh, I'm fried right now, you know what I mean? Like, and it has like a lot of benefits with creativity and social interaction and different things like that. It can help with anxiety. But CBD is the one that's like truly medicinal. That's why it's actually legal, and it doesn't get you high. And that's what they always are going against. Because I used to think, oh, weed's just like this miracle thing, that's why it's illegal. But they just want THC to be illegal for whatever reason. Yeah, doesn't really help capitalism, I guess. Maybe I can't think of a good reason for it.
I think they're coming around. I think that once they realize how much money they can make.
Oh yeah, that's what it's been recently. Within the past like what was it? Probably a decade by now. They've slowly just been like turning it into legitimate business.
Yeah, me and my friend were talking the other day. Actually, no, me and my dad, I was trying to convince him that we should legalize all drugs. I was just like saying, like,
agreed.
The amount of money, dude, we've made off of weed. Just imagine if we were taxing heroin and meth and selling clean versions of that
administering
product.
them in a clinical environment.
Yeah, where you could actually nobody would overdose if you knew exactly how much shit you were taking.
Doctors don't cut drugs.
No.
And that's the thing.
Doctor, but
like I've thought of that same thought with legalizing everything, and then I kind of started to just seeing certain people how addicted they are. But when you guys bring it to my attention, like within that viewpoint, that actually does make a lot of sense. Just making sure they know what they get. My biggest thing is also the drug education, starting at a young age, because we
need something better than Dare.
Yeah, dude, Dare is such a joke.
We need to tell kids the drugs are going to make you feel amazing, but it's going to have repercussions on your health later on in your life.
Yeah, tell them
don't be just this shit is evil. If you touch it, you're going to turn into Satan.
That's what I'm saying. Reefer Madness and shit like that just makes me upset, dude. It's like, come on.
And you know why I started smoking cigarettes? It was because Dare lied to me about weed, and I was like, well, if weed's not so bad, cigarettes can't be so bad.
I mean, you're not wrong. For that distrust.
Yeah, so my dumbass started smoking cigarettes when I was 16, and I could still be smoking now if I hadn't had the, I don't know,
willpower.
I'm glad that I quit. I still vape. I don't have the best willpower.
It's the next step, though. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's all steps. Man, I don't judge anybody for it. It's just really sad nowadays, though. Because when you I was smoking Black & Milds. I started smoking cigarettes, and then one day I was high in sophomore year, and I was like, these are gross. And plus, I grew up, my mom smoked. I didn't like it, and I was like, I feel like a hypocrite. But then I kept smoking Black & Milds, which is not even different at all. It's just probably worse. And I just now last year I was working at my job. I would walk to work, and I knew I was addicted because I was I am involuntarily thinking about where I could stop at on my way to work and way home from work to buy Black & Mild involuntarily, and I'm catching myself doing that. So I'm this is a problem, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now that I've quit that, I'm not smoking right now. I don't drink, and seeing people that are doing those things is I don't judge them, but it is a lot more sad being from that clear state of view, because it's it's one thing to just do it and you enjoy it. It's another thing when it's a reoccurring problem. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I just feel so lucky that I never touched anything hard, because man, one of my friends, I just found out she's on fentanyl, and
ooh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Oh, it's all right. I don't say that to get sympathy, but
no, yeah, no, it sucks, man. I lost a friend recently too, and it's never easy, but that's the biggest reason why I quit. That's the biggest reason why I'm sober now, because I'm I see where, not that I think that I'm leading myself down a path to get to that point, but I'm I want to be the example. I don't want to be above anyone, but I want to be the example where it's you can enjoy it and you can still step away from it. You know what I mean? Yeah. You can still be around people who do enjoy it, and not hey, stop doing that. This is what it's doing to you. Instead, just be I'm doing my thing. I feel good.
We normalize drugs in this culture, and
glorify them.
society, like, like people don't actually realize how awesome it is to be sober.
Dude, it feels great.
Yeah.
Especially if you are a person that practices spirituality, just like the act of cleansing, and whether it's drugs or it's drinking more water or, you know, eating a cleaner diet, you know, those things really, like, they pay off. It's hard work, but it really does pay off.
Yeah.
What does spirituality mean to you?
Spirituality, the way I kind of understand it, is like the art of understanding both like the external world and like your own internal world, and kind of like understanding all the differences between the two, but also the fact that they're one and the same. And
good answer.
Yeah, because like I don't have like a religion that I subscribe to, but you know, growing up, and I talk about things like this from time to time on my Facebook, but when I grew up, I was a rebellious child, and a lot of things happened to me, and at one point I considered myself atheist, which was my most depressed time of my life.
Same.
And you know, both my parents are Christian, and me being rebellious and like everything that was happening, I'm just like, oh, Christianity's bullshit, man. All these people are hypocrites, all this stuff. But nowadays, like, I find a lot of truth in Christianity. You know what I mean? The problem isn't Christianity. It's like a lot of people just say they practice it, but they don't. And that's not like the ultimate truth either. None of it is. It's just like
the golden rule is something everyone should live by, though. That's my favorite thing in the Bible. The do unto others as you would have others do unto you.
That is, yeah. You can't go wrong if you live like that. You really can't. And you know what I mean? I would see myself as like it's a term I heard from someone recently. I can't remember word for word. I think it's collective spiritualist, but I may be wrong. So like I could read the Bible, I could read the Quran, I could study Buddhism, you know, all these different things, and take like what makes sense to me, what seems like truth, and incorporate it into like, you know, my own, like, not my own religion, but my own like ideology of how to be a better me.
Do you believe in global consciousness?
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I make music. I think I pull it from somewhere.
I feel that.
I'm a tool. I'm an instrument. I am a antenna. You know what I mean? Like all of us are, because like thoughts, like have you ever heard of Andrew Schultz and Charlemagne the God?
Yeah. I love
Charlemagne. Yeah.
They have a podcast together, and Andrew said that on one of them. He was like, I mean, obviously he got it from somewhere else, but it's like, people don't have ideas have people. And when he said that, I was like, that's so trippy, but that's like, that's true, you know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah.
It's one of those things where people say that and you're like, that's far out, man, but like if you really think about it.
Yeah. That's the reason, like, when you and me make a song, we can listen to it right after we made it, and like it's almost like it's not our song. But the first time you play it and you're like, oh shit, like I just did that, but it doesn't really truly feel like you just did it. It's almost like you pull it out of you.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that making music, it's like an altered state of consciousness. And I would say that's probably like taking away other highs out of my life that I get through like drugs or different things like that. I feel like music is like the same, except it works better for me because I'm passionate about it. You know what I mean?
You know what's funny? You say that. I briefly did cocaine in high school.
Yeah.
And
I remember with this being on the episode.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, cool.
I'm very open about my past.
Cool.
But like that high that you get when you do coke, it's almost like this like euphoria, like I'm a fucking god. I'm the coolest guy.
You're not wrong, man.
But what's funny is don't do cocaine, by the way. Cocaine is an overrated drug. It's really not. It's really not that good. It's not worth it. But I remember I've had times in my life where like I just made a song, and the feeling I get when I'm listening to that is better than when I did cocaine in the past.
And the thing about that is, the song is like, it's free, and you can continue listening to it. The worst thing about cocaine is the fact that you feel so good for such a short amount of time, and that's why people are like, oh, I gotta get more. It's like,
you know, the way I see drugs, it's almost like cheat codes to emotion. Like, you can feel that sort of high in a sober mind state, but you gotta earn it. It's almost like getting there without earning it.
Bro, acid is just up, down, start.
Dude, I swear to God it is. I'm glad you say that too. That's actually a really good point. It's a really good way to like, you know, look at it and kind of like rationalize it, because Yeah, all these things are possible. Like you can achieve enlightenment through an intense psychedelic experience, or you could really work for it and build that discipline. You could fast and all these different things. And my friend Leo, shout out to him. He has this thing he's told me about. It's what is it? It's like unearned wisdom or something like that. Wisdom that essentially you can get from like a psychedelic experience, but you didn't earn that wisdom through experience. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like you understand it, but not fully. You don't fully grasp it. So it can lead you, let's say you have like a really transcendental, like deep psychedelic experience, and you only experience it for like a brief amount of time, and then it's like chasing a dragon. You know, you're always trying to get back to that, and you try to like, you know what I mean? It takes away from it the more that you're trying to like chase it and hold on to it, because that's not the meaning of it.
It's sad when you see people who think that psychedelics are the only, like, that is the path to whatever that sort of enlightenment people are looking for. It's because, like, it's almost like you're kidding yourself. It's like some people get really delusional and they think that they have to take psychedelics on a regular basis for the rest of their life if they want to do whatever, like enlightenment. I hate the term enlightenment so much. It's such a cliche.
I mean, I see where you see it as like a cliche thing, but like, I don't know. I mean, it's just the idea of like the light, you know, coming to you.
I mean, it's a beautiful idea, and I do think that as a human race, we are in sort of a stage of enlightenment.
So you feel like we've devalued it, essentially?
Basically, I think that like people, like, just the idea that someone would be like, some people think that they're woke for just like having the most basic ass humanitarian beliefs. Like some people out there really think they're woke because they think Black Lives Matter. Like, that's not a woke thing. Like, that's just like, I
swear to God,
that's like
that's just being a like decent person.
Yeah,
just like chew with your mouth closed. Like, that's just, you know.
Yeah,
I'm fucking enlightened. I chew with my mouth closed, dog. Get on my level.
Dude, like, yeah, a lot of people are very shallow when it comes to things like that. It's like,
that's what I mean when I say that I don't like it.
Yeah, no, and I agree with that completely. Because a lot of people undervalue things like that. I've been listening to Sadhguru lately on YouTube, and he talks about meditation, kind of like the same sense. Like, the Western society, we've kind of taken the term meditation, and we see it as like, because the way he was explaining it, it's like, you don't necessarily sit and meditate. If you cultivate a lifestyle of being, you know, contemplating how you feel, you know, dealing with your emotions and your thoughts, and actually like bringing things to resolution and like conducting yourself as like a, you know, a good person and all these different qualities, you attain the meditative quality. That is he says that's a consequence of those actions. People want the consequence, but they don't want to take the actions to achieve that consequence.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, you're right. I mean, he is a guru after all.
Man, I cringe so hard when, like, I'll talk to people who have no idea what meditation really is, too, where, like, oh, meditation, and they'll sit there and they'll cross their leg and go, oh, like, they'll actually, which is technically, in some cultures, a type of meditation when it comes to, like, you know, Hindu rituals and such.
Yeah.
But they think that's the only way you do it, and they do it super, like, caricatured.
Yeah.
Emphasize, like, they exaggerate it, and we're like, look, you don't know yourself, clearly.
Yeah, so much of that's the media, man. They, like...
Yeah.
They make it... They're always trying to make things look sexy. They're always trying to make things seem, like, crazier than they really are. Like,
they make fun of shit.
Yeah, that too, yeah. That's a big,
Constantly. It's crazy, man. Yeah. I was raised in a household of meditation, and not necessarily avoiding conflict, but... You know how
transmuting it.
Exactly. Like, you know how in some martial arts, the hit will come towards you, and you take it, and you just throw it.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing about it. It's like, it's the art of, like, you know, facing these things head on, and, like, you know what I mean, not giving it the same energy back.
Exactly. It's like social jujitsu.
Yeah, dude, I love that. You should write that down, bro.
Just taking the fuck you and just like throwing it next to you instead of taking it and like throwing it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's the harder thing to do, and that's the better thing to do. It's like it takes a lot of practice. That's something I'm still getting better at, you know, because I'm a young person. I'm only 22, so, you know, every now and then something happens, someone says something to me, I'm just like, oh, I didn't like that. But, you know, I try to step back more often nowadays and think, like, one, you know, maybe they're not having a good day. You know, maybe something's happened to them. Maybe I remind them of someone they don't like. There's a lot of different things. And two, what have I done to contribute to this?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, if I piss someone off, whether intentionally or unintentionally, I should be conscious of, like, what I did at least. Because, like, the only thing I can control is what I do. I can't control what other people think because that's their reality. And if they're trying to project that onto me, I don't have to accept that as mine. You know?
What have been some scenarios that you've had to deal with like that in the recent past, if you can remember any?
In the recent past...
Although I can't imagine anybody being like, fuck you, Pi. But, like, you know what I mean?
I mean, every now and then, you know, like, I'm just going to do, like, a broad statement for now just because I can't remember, like, but every now and then, you know, I'll have disagreements with people where it's, like, a fundamental, like, belief, like, disagreement, and it kind of gets to, like, a heated, or at least, like, the precursor to, like, a heated argument, you know what I mean? Then I'll sit back, like, me and my girl do this every now and then, not that, like, you know, we, like, argue and it gets, like, super heated like that, but, like, we'll have disagreements, and that's another thing where it's, like, these, like, relationships and, like, social interaction, it takes a lot of hard work, especially if you're an empath, because I feel things very deeply and heavily.
Yeah.
And it's, like, I try to think, I'm, like, am I projecting my, like, what my beliefs are, what I am thinking onto them and trying to, like, make them believe it, or am I just simply, like, providing it, like, hey, here's something to think about, here's what I think, instead of, like, here's what you should think. Because, like, sometimes, you know, we can unintentionally do that, and I'm trying to become more conscious of things like that, you know what I mean? And just, like, the way I conduct myself, because, like, there are certain, like, things I have about myself that, like, I've noticed some people don't like sometimes, like, sometimes I don't reply fast enough, and just little things I can work on.
You mean, like, digitally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the same problem.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
You know what I mean? And it's, like,
very bad.
It's, like, the fact that I'm conscious about it, though, that alone is already, like, that's, like, half of the battle. Yep. You know what I mean? So it's, like, just little things like that. Nothing huge. But if I think of anything, I'll try to bring it up, because that happens to me sometimes. Like, it'll just out of nowhere.
Cool. Yeah, when people say, like, knowing is half the battle, that's really what they mean. It's like knowing that you have the habit is like, oh, well, now I can focus on this and give it attention. Because a lot of people will have something that, you know, is genuinely considered a problem by a lot of people.
But they don't consider it a problem.
Like, nah, I'm good. Just most of the time, you know?
I try to be very out in the open of, like, things that, you know, I've noticed people notice about me a lot, and things I've noticed about myself a lot. So that way, like, people who have the same issues maybe can relate, and people who have the same issues who have conquered those can, like, you know, step in. Because at that point, I'm being vulnerable, I'm approachable. Like, be like, hey, here's what I've done to, you know, help myself with that. So I try to be, like, a lot more open when it comes to stuff like that nowadays.
That's why we need others to know ourselves. This is true. Yeah, always need that reflection. Aaron, what's something about me that I don't know?
What's something about you that you don't know?
What have I not noticed?
You know nothing.
That's a good question, actually. Come back to that.
Okay, sure. I'll give you time to think. We're already like 20 minutes in, which is cool.
That was quick.
We'll go ahead and do an introduction now.
Okay. Yes, welcome to Gab Street.
Welcome back to Gab Street. I forget what number episode this is. That's pretty cool.
I'm going to guess 72.
Nah, we're way past 72.
Oh, we are?
85.
I think this is like 79.
79?
This might be 79.
Word.
Either 79 or 77.
Hell yeah.
You decide, listeners. What is it?
Yeah, what's today's episode?
Look at the title of the episode and see. We have an artist who goes by Pi.
P-I exclamation point.
P-I exclamation point. Do not forget the exclamation point. Is that name because your creativity, the end of it cannot be traced?
You know what? I love that. That is part of it. The other part is that through distribution services, I have learned that a lot of people in the world, unsurprisingly, have thought of the name Pi. So I don't want to be grouped with everybody else. Because Because it's not that, like, you know, I think I'm necessarily better than them or anything, but I just want to stand on my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Search engine optimization.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So just that little exclamation point, and plus it's cool because it's like the upwards eye and like the downwards eye. It's like a duality kind of thing.
That is cool.
That's cool. What is in math? Like, what's the term that the exclamation point does? Or it's like 1 times 2 times 3, or no, 1 plus 2.
I cannot remember.
Or whatever. I don't even fucking know.
It's like it has to do with factors, doesn't it?
Factorial.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Ironically, being that I am pi, I'm not the greatest at math. You know, when it comes to like simpler like algebra and things like that, just like solving for something, I'm pretty good at that. Because like you can apply that to everyday life. You know, like same thing I was talking about earlier. If like social, you know, issues, you'd be like, here's what I've done to contribute to it. Here's what they're doing that I don't like. You can come together and have a conversation to reach X or whatever.
It's really funny, but I actually was probably my best at math when I was like 12 years old.
Really?
Maybe say 14, because I stopped doing my homework once I got to freshman in high school.
Dude, same.
Like, once I got to high school, I kind of just like stopped.
I skated by all of high school pretty much.
I'm not proud of it, but high school is not a place to learn stuff.
It's a social playground mostly. Like I feel like the most important lessons you get from high school is social things.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I am fortunate to have a memory that can game the system.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I mentioned, Aaron. Do you know like what my grades have been like?
Probably good. I imagine.
I have a 4.0 in college right now.
Good job.
Oh wow, dude!
But
hell yeah.
This is not something I talk about because people don't like hearing that. But
that's good work, man.
Thank you. But I also place very little value on high school education because, let's say, you know, the whole judging a fish by its ability to climb a tree kind of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the monkey in this situation. You know, where I have the ability to climb the tree. Other people are being judged for skills that they don't have, but they have skills that do provide value.
Yeah, for instance, like I was an artist, so you know a lot of shit that they're trying to teach me. I mean, granted, they do have certain like art mediums, but that's not like what I was going for. You know, because they're more so like, here's how you do it, and it's like you don't understand what I'm trying to do.
Exactly.
But yeah. Like, I didn't thrive in school most of my life because, you know, a lot of things they're trying to teach me are very, very logical, like, certain, like, left brain, just, you know, those type of things, which is, like, good to have, you know. I'm not a dummy. Like, I understand a lot of things, but, like, I'm more so, like, into the arts. I'm more so into, like, learning cool shit like that, you know. And
that provides just as much, if not more, value to a society than, say, an accountant.
Yeah, because we need people who are entertaining, people that are creating, because, like, you know, that keeps the world going just as much as, you know, people that are counting the money, printing the money, fucking...
The accountant listens to music.
Yeah.
Probably has a favorite song that lets them get through their accountant day, you know? Can you imagine being an accountant in a world without music?
Whole brick, hey! Counting that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Man, what a boring world.
That just made me depressed thinking about that.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Fucking accounting, bro.
Thinking about accounting? Is that what it was? Man, like, I could be an accountant. I don't want to.
You make your money counting money. That's just...
Yeah.
That's a soul-sucking job.
Yeah, that would be tough for me. Anything that requires me to, like, sit down is honestly pretty tough.
If you need to stand up and walk around during the interview, I understand.
Oh, no, I should be good because, like, you know what I mean? There's, like, a lot going on up here.
Fair enough.
But, like, when it comes to, like, a job where I'm, like, just, dude, I can't.
Feel that.
I cannot.
Yeah.
My mom's been working from home. And
what's the worst job you ever worked?
Oh, ooh. So, Big Lots was pretty bad because it was brief. But so I get a job there because my friend Lance works there. Shout out to Lance Payne. So there's one other male other than us two that are working there, and he's like a short, smaller dude. So they get truck in, right? So we're unloading the freight from the truck. We're like the two guys that are doing that. I don't mind that. I like that type of stuff. I like physical labor, like pushing myself. And there's like a thing of sparkling water, and one of them like fell off, and it was like dented. It was all fucked up. So I was like, oh, they probably won't sell that. I was like, Lance, you think I should try this? And he's like, yeah. So I drank it, and I'm like, oh, that's nasty. I let it like pour out of the truck, continue working. Bro, tell me why like 3 days later, this dude shows up, all suited up and shit, and we get called back to get a talking to, and he's like, first of all, he tells me I am a petty, mind you, fuck. Like, you know how Walmart and places like that have shrink, like they keep track of like things they're losing and stuff like that. That's essentially what his job was, but on a petty level. And he's sitting here trying to like make me feel bad for what I did, and he's like asking me questions like, "Oh, what'd you think of it?" And I'm like, "The fuck are you? It wasn't good." And he said, "Yeah, we have cameras and microphones in the trucks." I'm like, "Well, that would have been fucking nice to know." What else did you get, like, bro?
I would have poured it on those.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what all have I said that you guys have recorded? That's weird as fuck.
That is weird as
fuck.
That
was weird, and just the environment of that store is just like, eh.
Also, why are they watching you?
And listening.
That? Because
cameras is one thing, I get that, but the microphones is what really put me off.
But the thing is, they're not gonna like make an investigation because one sparkling water shows up missing, which means they were just watching you for no reason.
Yeah,
that's fucking creepy, bro.
Even at that point, like where I left it, you could have probably seen it on the camera on the building. Like, I wasn't trying to hide it at all. I was just like,
that's waste. Like, you were gonna throw it out.
I'm a believer in trusting first. Let me explain this. So you put cameras there in the first place, people aren't gonna feel trusted, right?
Yeah.
People usually act pretty well in an honor system kind of thing. You know, just be cool to one another. It's not like, I feel like surveillance is very unnecessary in a lot of places that it currently is active.
I feel like it's the flexing of power that a lot of people have. You know what I mean? Because it's like if.
Yeah.
No, sorry,
no worries. Yeah, they have the ability to, have the surveillance. So they're like, at that point, they're like, they mask it as, oh, we're taking preventative measures, but really what it is at the root is like, we have the power to flex over people and watch them and, compartmentalize what is just natural human behavior. It's weird.
We also got an email from a surveillance contractor, and just did it because of that.
Really?
That's probably most of the. No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
Dude, my old job at Piata, they should have had cameras, but they didn't. Like, no cameras, and the AGM stole money out of the safe, and they couldn't prove it.
Dude, nice.
See, it's like, and they think of things like that, and they're like, yeah, that's why we gotta have cameras. Which I mean, I understand. So maybe have a couple. Mm-hmm. Maybe have a camera on a safe.
Yeah. At the very least, lock the safe when no one's in the office.
They didn't even lock it,
bro. I was back there all the time. I could have just taken stacks of cash out that safe.
Maybe you should have, bro. That's whack as fuck. Another terrible job I had was also McDonald's. Oh, I don't even need to explain that.
It's McDonald's, dude.
It was terrible. I was going through a lot of my life, man. The only cool thing about that is the fact that I rode my bike to work and home every day. So, like,
that's pretty cool.
The bike path is nice, There's this big ass hill I have to ride up and then go down at night, and it's like surrounded by woods, so it's like spooky. I'm like, shit, I hope I don't crash.
The only thing I like about working fast food is how much dumb shit you can get away with. Like,
yeah.
So much.
Dude, I used to take a nugget every now and then. Pop it in my mouth.
Anywhere where your chances of falling into a fryer are above 0 is not the kind of place I want to be.
Shout out to Cane's.
Oh, man. Cane's is the best example of, like, just high reward at the beginning and just horrible payoff afterward. Because I'll eat I'll finish a Caniac, like, don't get me wrong. But I will just feel like death for the next, 3 days.
I've never been a huge fan. I'm going to make this clear because I am a vegetarian now, so I mean that I am a bit biased in a way, but when I did eat meat and I had Cane's, I was never, a huge fan. I thought their chicken was a bit, mediocre.
Yeah,
the sauce and the toast.
Yeah,
toast.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
That was always my thing with it.
The fries are kind of shit.
Have you had the Popeyes chicken sandwich? I gotta know.
I have never had Popeyes at all.
Have you had the Popeyes chicken sandwich,
No,
bro?
sir. I'm trying
you remember when that was like the thing everybody was talking about?
Yeah.
I even saw someone say, "Bro, Corona came from the Popeyes chicken sandwich." I was like, "Yo, dude, maybe it did."
That wouldn't surprise me.
People were freaking out about that shit.
Oh man.
Did you go vegetarian for your health or for the planet?
Oh, both. Because, like, you know, I had thought about doing it for a while, and it's like every time I tried it, I just would end up eating meat again. The biggest reason why is because, like, when people offer me food, I have a really hard time saying no. Cause I grew up in, like, a poor household. So it's like when you had less, I feel like when you're younger, and this isn't for everyone, but me personally, it's like when I'm offered something, I'm like, yeah, because you know, there might be a time where I don't have as much. So, I mean, right now I can enjoy it. But, you know, I found ways around that. And when I like fully decided to do it, it was around the time I quit smoking Black & Milds. I quit drinking soda and shit. And I had a dream shortly after starting where I ate meat, and I was like, man, not again. Like, I really thought I was serious about it this time, and I felt like shit in that dream. And as soon as I woke up, I was like, that wasn't real. Like, I care about this a lot on a subconscious level. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep it up. And that was like, you know, over a year ago. Now at this point, I'm like, every now and then, I've done it a couple times, every now and then, like seafood. But other than that, I mean, I don't really have any plans in the near future to, like, you know, go back. I think it was a really nice move in my life, though, because I started cooking more. And a lot of different things like that.
Yeah, you save more money that way.
Yeah, ideally, I would like to learn how to, like, grow my own food and just be more sustainable in general.
That'd be really cool. Yeah, like have one of those. Like you just buy a shed on someone's property and just like live money free.
If you've listened to Gap Street in the past, you know that the show is dedicated to showing off awesome Columbus culture. Now we're putting not only our voices forward, but a helping hand. Through the summer of 2020, Gap Street will be collaborating with Ravenshood Music Group to create the Columbus Creatives COVID Grant. This grant is a fundraising initiative aimed toward helping creatives in Columbus who have been impacted financially by the COVID crisis. We will be accepting applications through Saturday, August 15th, and we will be accepting funds through August 31st. Voting will take place during those 16 days. You can find links to the donation pages and how you can apply in the description of this episode. Now back to the show.
You know what I was thinking the other day is like, why don't we as a culture just start planting gardens in our front yards? How cool would that be if every neighborhood had just a garden?
That would be sweet. Either that or like we dedicated a space every like certain amount, like square mile or whatever, where it's like a big ass garden.
That would be
and
sick.
People like, you know, there's certain spots where people can come, you know, have their contributions and their fucking offerings. People love crystals, leave the crystals there and shit like that. You know, just make beautiful spaces because like it improves everybody's mood. And then when you can eat from it, it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
So in a city like as big as this is, you know, it's a bit harder, but it's like I was saying, you know, every like certain amount of space, you know, like because it's a community thing, you know.
Yeah, imagine the Columbus Commons being lined with like tomato plants.
That would be awesome.
You just go to the Columbus Commons. You're seeing a concert. You just like grab tomatoes.
But like honestly,
that'd be sick.
Like, manicured lawns are some dumb shit. Like
straight up,
we don't.
Yeah, dude, I've never understood that my whole life. I'm like, I mean, yeah, I'll mow the grass because I have to, but like, why? What's the point?
Yo, one time, when I was younger, I didn't mow the lawn for like a month or two, and the city contacted my mom, and they were like, mow your fucking lawn or we're gonna fine you.
Oh my dude.
Yeah, like,
see, that's going way too far. It's like maybe if you just suggested like, hey, you should mow that lawn, but like, we're gonna make you pay us money if you don't mow that.
They were even threatening her with jail time, I believe.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You gotta be bro. Dude, I need to see documentation of that. I can't. That's hilarious.
I know.
That is some Hank Hill shit, dude.
Honestly, like, part of me would want to, like, you know, risk it just to see if they're being serious, like, dead ass, bro.
Dead ass, yeah.
And the day they come to grab me, I'm, like, already mowing it, like, oh, yeah, nice to see you. I just wanted to see if you're being serious.
You can be put in jail for grass in more ways than one. I guess.
Oh shit!
All right, bro. See y'all here at the bars today.
Zay, what was the bar you dropped on me earlier? You said something about fucking. I told you after I was like, you can't say bars yet. We're not recording.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you picked up my hatchet. Yeah.
I said. Walk in with a ratchet, except that shit's a hatchet.
Hey.
That's some dumb shit.
No, I swear though, you can really get some with that though, because like, you know, a gun's already scary enough, but when you're about to have a hatchet thrown at you, then that's like, that's way worse.
That means like they only got one chance to hit you, and they know they're going to.
Yeah, it's like I have full faith in myself right now.
One shot, one kill, bro. Like that's
terrifying.
That's crazy. You can miss with a gun and just like not care.
Yeah.
You know. And then you could be like, oh shit, I missed with all of them. And then you're done.
Or, you know, like maybe they have one bullet, they shoot you somewhere that's not vital and you could still fight them off. Like if someone hits you even just in the arm with that, like you are not going to be able to fight back well.
Yeah.
That would be some scary shit. Some dude just running at you with a hatchet.
As much as I'm not like a violent person, like things like that are fascinating to me, you know, like cool swords and just like, just the art of like warfare.
Oh, dude. The Tarantino Shrine.
Yeah.
It's all violent as fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that stuff's always, it's really interesting, you know what I mean? Like, I try not to, like, you know, put out too much violent energy or anything like that. I mean, it's impossible to not have any, but, dude, it's like, I don't know, just human nature and just how, like, crazy it can get. It's just like, dude.
Well, if you think about it, there's a book I've read most of called The Better Angels of Our Nature. It's by Steven Pinker. I think y'all should read it. But it talks about how like the modern day is the least violent.
Oh, for sure.
That we've literally exponentially gotten less violent. And I'd like to point out the example of violence moving from real life, as in like medieval times, of people putting people on wagon wheels for fun, and then like now it's just in video games and movies. Like it transitioned into the
we made it like an existential thing.
Exactly. And like, are you a fan of like well choreographed like martial arts movie violence and stuff like that? Okay, I love that shit. I would never punch.
Have you ever seen It Man?
Yes.
Dude, that shit is tight, bro. My uncle showed me that when I was younger.
Dude. It's top quality shit. Have you ever seen The Raid, or have you heard of The Raid?
I don't think I've seen that one.
Okay. So for those of you who don't know, The Raid Redemption, there's also a Raid 2, is an Indonesian film, and I'm one for subs. I'd rather go subs than dubs.
Subs are great.
Okay, thank you. I'm very happy you agree with me on that. But it's all in Indonesian, like whatever the language is called. I don't know if it's called Indonesian or not, but. And it's just it's widely lauded as the best choreographed fight movie ever. Like, ultra violence, for sure. Not for everyone, but...
I'm gonna have you write down these things before I leave today.
Dude.
That movie, the book you mentioned, because I've sometimes things just like blow out of my mind.
You know, sometimes I re-listen to the episodes just to catch something that I forgot.
Yeah.
I'll be like, wait, what was that?
And that's the beauty of like, you know, having things like podcasts and, you know, radio and music, just all of these things, because you're documenting something that like otherwise you might lose. Like there's a book I've been reading that talks about that towards the end, is just journaling, you know, tracking your progress, you know, your thoughts, getting to know your inner self, because that's what it really is. It's like bridges that gap between you externally and your inner self, what's going on that you're not always fully aware of.
Are you the kind of person that journals on a regular basis?
I'm trying to get back to it, you know. I did have a little period of time where I was doing it like really often, dude, and like within just like a week I had pages and pages and pages, because I was just writing down like not every little thing that was happening, but everything that like I felt like should be wrote down, which is just a lot of shit that happens on a daily basis, you know. Very profound conversations, you know, working on music ideas that I have. I find that it helps me. It's just like, it's one of those things where it takes discipline. You just have to set aside the time to do it.
I'll probably go back and listen to this show in like 20 years. I'll just be like, wait.
Actually, you know what? That's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
You'll always have this.
That's what, I was just about to say that. You have this forever to like grow from, and like, it's impossible to get all of this and absorb all of it
Honestly, the main reason I make music is just so when I'm 50, I can like listen back through my catalog and get to feel what I was feeling when I was 14 again.
And it'll bring back memories too. Like,
yeah.
oh man, that night I was tripping balls and I fucking made this beat and it just came to me.
Yeah.
And then all those other wacky things that happened that night, all the shenanigans.
Like, what else would allow me to just capture my youth in a way like that? Like,
other than Free Kodak Part 2.
Yeah, Free Kodak Part 2. I actually made that private. You can no longer...
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I made...
I'm still waiting on Part 1, dude.
Free Kodak Part 2, that's private. Premium Trash is private.
I'm not gonna lie, I almost spit my tea out right there. That was close. That was hella close, bro.
Yeah, I'm afraid. I've gotten to the point now where I'm just truly, like, embarrassed by my old stuff, and I'm like...
I kind of feel the way with some of my old stuff, too. Not like all of it.
Actually, no, I shouldn't say embarrassed. Like, I love all my songs, even the bad ones, but I just don't want people to think that that's me. Like, I'm afraid that...
Like, you've grown.
Dude, I've got so many good songs now. I'm afraid someone who's never heard of me is going to come to my page and...
See the wrong one.
That's the first song.
Get a bad idea.
And they're going to be like...
You got to document the journey, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, yeah.
No, well, actually, I have a plan for that. So... What I'm going to do is most of the songs on my page right now are eventually going to go private because, like, most of them are just me figuring out how to make music. That's like...
Even Memento Mori?
Probably.
Oh, sad. I made that beat.
Yeah. You make beats, man?
Sometimes.
It's been a while.
It's not going to be gone forever, though. I'm going to have a separate SoundCloud account.
Okay.
Where... Like, I'm not going to tell anyone about it, but if you know, you know. And if you want to listen to those old things, you can go back and there'll be a little secret bonus.
Yeah, that's a really cool idea. Yeah, because it's like, it'll show you, you know, you have fans and then you have, like, die-hard fans, like, people that really, like, you know.
But, like, honestly, I really think that's going to be a beautiful thing just when I actually am making the music I want to listen to. Like, people can go back and listen to the first song I ever made on my laptop when I was 18 to that, like, Lil Wayne beat, and they can be like, wow, this is what he started as, and now look at him, like, making his instrumentals from scratch and singing and mixing and mastering it all himself, and it's gonna be really cool.
That's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah.
I literally have like hours worth of like unreleased music. I'm really bad about that. Just like,
you a bit of a perfectionist.
Yeah. Dude, sometimes it really like hinders me, and that's something. That's one of the biggest things I'm working on this year is just trying to like, you know, put it all out in the open, just get more stuff out. Yeah. And I'm actually working on getting a website made right now.
Oh yeah.
You know, Harbinger, DJ Harbinger. He's actually working on websites. So you know, if you guys need that, you know, get a hold of me or him. And he's doing good prices for that. But
my man Maximiliano.
Yeah, he's a cool ass dude too. But that's probably one of the pages I'm going to have on there is just like a time vault and just like, and not even like promote those old songs. I'm just going to throw a shitload of them on there. And it's like anybody who's just got some time and they like me and my artistry, just go through it.
Yeah.
How do you feel you've grown over the course of your making music?
Dude, just in the past year alone, like I've been making music since like, let's say my freshman summer was when I started writing rhymes and like all of that. Yeah, because, my friend Lance Bittinger, who now lives in Colorado, was like, I always love rap, but like I listened to more electronic stuff like throughout middle school and early high school, like drum and bass, dubstep and shit like that. I loved it, man. And then he was like, he really loved hip hop, and he was showing me a lot of kind of current stuff and a lot of older stuff too. And I was just like, wow. Like a lot of the stuff you're listening to, it's not like it was all foreign to me, but it was just like, this is so good and it's inspiring. Like it's hitting a part of me that like, I don't know, I hadn't had like hit like that. And we just started like every now and then we'd fuck around, just like freestyle a little bit. He'd look at me sometimes, just be like, dude, like that was really good. And I was like, no, it wasn't. Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, no, dude, like you're good. And then we started writing in this camper he had out back, just listening to beats over and over and over and over and over and over. Dude. Yeah, dude. And then like eventually I became Pi. I wasn't Pi when I first started. I was Mike G. Okay. And then you know, that dream was kind of crushed because Odd Future has Mike G.
Yeah. Oh.
And I couldn't try to take that from him. I love Mike G. I love Odd Future. One of my biggest inspirations, by the way.
I love Odd Future, dude.
But
yeah, I got a Tyler.
Yeah, I saw that too. It was like, it's not an album or anything, but yeah, Tyler's, yeah, bro. He's a big inspiration. Just people like him and like Mac Miller that like produce their own stuff and just like wildly creative, great personalities. But yeah, so dude, I'm really all over the place right now. But yeah, I started writing around then, and then around my junior to senior years when I started producing, and just that journey, especially since I started producing, just that journey from then, I just really been like just coming into, myself and like kind of not necessarily finding like my one concrete style, because I just like the way I talk is the same way my music is. I bounce around a lot. I have a lot of different feelings that just hit me out of nowhere. And
you got a lot of dynamic contrast in your music.
Thanks, man.
When I've seen you perform, it's a lot of quiet and loud, and I think that's super important in music.
I really appreciate that, yeah, because I really try to drive that home, that it's like I have a true duality to me. It's like I have that person that's like lit as fuck, that's like sometimes angry as fuck. I have that inside of me, but it's also like I have that loving side. I have that side where I like to contemplate things, I like philosophical shit. So I try to like hit all of these different, feelings and make like a visceral experience. But
you're a sensitive savage.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's accurate. But yeah, man, just in the past year alone, I've grown a lot, and just like understanding that it's not all just making the music either. It's also putting it out there, networking, you know what I mean? Just like showing people who I truly am. Because you get a good idea of that from listening to my music, but like that's why I appreciate you giving me this opportunity, because like hearing me speak, a lot of people in Columbus know Pi, but they don't really they've never had this opportunity to sit and talk to me. So yeah, and I became Pi because a lot of people don't know this. My birthday is March 14th, 1998.
Okay.
And 1998 is also the year that a movie called Pi came out, which I found out through my cousin Trey. He sent me a song called, not a song, an album by Jedi Mind Tricks.
Okay.
And there's a song on it called, I want to say it's Speech Cobras, and they sample that movie Pi, and he talks about like having his eyes bandaged because his mom told him not to stare into the sun when he was little, and he did. He went blind for a little bit, and he's like, I was terrified, alone in that darkness, and then slowly the light started like coming in through the bandages, and then eventually I could see again, but like something inside of me had changed. And as soon as I heard that,
damn,
I was like, holy shit, I have to see this movie. And then I found out it was Pi. I was like, yeah, that does it. My birth year, my birthday, I'm Pi. Like, the world is telling me. The world is literally speaking to me through art that I am supposed to be Pi in my art. And the cool thing about Pi is also the idea of just it being infinite. The number having every single thing that's ever happened, ever will happen, ever could happen within it somewhere. It's just really it's really cool.
It is.
And I'm a Pisces, which is P-I. And the album, or more of a mixtape, but Pisces, that was like playing off of that. I remember we had that conversation where I explained it to you, but yeah.
My sister has the same birthday as you. That's
really?
Funny. Yeah.
Dude, I love meeting people that have that birthday. There's this guy named Cruz, who I know through Skinny Boy Q, who also has that birthday too. He's a cool ass dude, both of them. But yeah, man.
My birthday is always the first day of school.
Hey man, it's like
August 26th, man.
We're back. We're back, baby. That's what that means, bro. Back here to learn.
Because I'm schooling these motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Out here, master teacher status in this bitch.
I level up at the beginning of every single school year, man.
You pass go before everyone else.
Oh my god, dude.
Get that starting bonus.
Swear, collect the 200. I'm gonna need that from everyone in here. Teachers too.
How was New State, man? I didn't get a chance to check that out.
Dude, it was wonderful. So here's just a rough timeline from my personal experience. They were doing the hard resets, the things that Raiden was doing.
Yeah.
And at first they were being, kind of like a little rough and overbearing, understandably so, with the cautionary measures. And then they started to kind of ease up. And then at the third one, I wasn't there, but I was told from a couple people that it was getting pretty crazy. And because I saw videos of it, and I guess they were not happy about that. So the next time I was there, which was that event, they were really locking it down. Like, if they had a certain amount of people out back or inside for the performances, you know, they would be like, hey, like, you can't go to so and so place until, you know, some people clear out or whatever.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's understandable, but aside from that, everything was amazing. The producer showcase was really cool. I'd never seen anything like it. Shout out Sam for doing that, because that's just like, it's such a great idea, and it's such like a big thing, because producers don't get the spotlight that they deserve. You know what I mean? It's like you're hearing their work, but it's like you're not like seeing them. And even if you hear the beat tag, you can ignore that. You know, that to a lot of people, that's just part of the beat.
Yep.
They don't know what that is. So that was really cool. The vendor there, I bought a flannel off him. He's a cool ass dude.
That's cool.
Easy Co.
Yeah. Dylan Nelson.
Yeah.
He's
Cool
gonna be
dude.
on episode 99 actually. So
Oh, that's what's up.
that's scheduled a long ass time from now, but he's gonna be on
99.
Yeah, man.
What are we gonna do for episode 100, Corey?
It's gonna be I don't know if I should announce this.
Oh, okay.
That was close.
Fuck it, I'll announce it. Whatever.
Hey.
We're gonna be doing a best of montage.
What, bro?
So it's not gonna be an interview. I'm gonna be going back through the old episodes and splicing together moments like acid in the water supply, shit like that. That you know, a particular Zay Krypto said to a politician.
Yeah.
So,
a quick recap of that.
yeah, I was about to say,
If you don't mind. Are you okay with me telling about
I
this?
love this story.
I need to hear this.
Around episode 36 or something, we had Morgan Harper on. Do you know who that is?
This sounds really familiar.
She ran to represent 3rd District of Ohio in Congress. We're in the 3rd District right now.
Okay.
Like in National Congress.
She didn't win, but she's
She
a
did not
really
win,
cool
no,
person.
but-
Shout out Morgan Harper.
She was running against Joyce Beatty for that. She came on
Okay.
for about half an hour. It was really cool. And like midway through the interview, I don't even remember the context.
You know what else I said? I said something about killing all the boomers, and and you know what? I saw something in her eyes which was like which resonated with that.
Oh my god, bro.
She's like 36 or something.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, we just need 100 Morgan Harpers in office, and the country will be doing just fine.
it's true, man. They do. Well, I forget the context, but at some point, he said something to the effect of, "Yeah, I think we should just like put tabs of acid in the White House water supply, or something like that."
I
Oh
said
my goodness.
acid
to that extent,
and she thought
and she was like, "I didn't hear that," or something.
Yeah.
Something like.
Like, I can't even
Yeah.
respond to that.
And I said something like, "She didn't say that. It was Zay Krypto. He said that." Like I was trying to cover your ass.
yeah.
Dude,
But
that's pretty hilarious.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be the first moment that I
Yeah.
put on that montage.
Yeah. Good.
It has to be. Yeah.
For good reason. That's pretty, that's funny, bro.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're doing like something like that though, because dude, I love seeing like montages of best stuff.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear. Because I was worried people might like not be interested. But
Nah, dude. I feel like if anything, you know, it might draw in like people that aren't like typically podcast consumers. You know what I mean, and like kind of like help convert them, because like I feel like a lot of people are looking for podcasts, but they don't have enough people around them that are like showing them podcasts. You know what I mean? Because there's so much you can learn from podcasts.
That's fair. Yeah.
I think the problem with podcasts too is so many people have podcasts. The market is so saturated that like
It always gets to be that point.
it's like it's hard to find quality when most people are starting podcasts just trying to get rich.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you know, people that actually like really put their heart and soul into it and try to create something like unique is like, you know, where it's podcasts or music or anything like that.
Speaking of not making money on podcasts, if you sponsor this show and if you're listening to this episode and you have a business and you want to get an advertisement out there, if you sponsor this show, all the funds will go straight to CCCG. So, just letting you know, $35 gets you a month, and that will go straight to the Columbus Creatives COVID grant, and that will be going to 4 or 5 creatives in Columbus, $500 each.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So
y'all
just
go
letting
donate
y'all
to
know
that.
about that. Straight up. Okay.
Straight
anyway.
up.
Yeah. Cool. let's see here. How has COVID impacted you as an artist?
Oh, it's actually helped me a lot.
Really?
Yeah. Aside from not being able to perform live, because I was halfway through the Pisces mini tour, my first one ever, I missed out on going to Cleveland and Cincinnati, which I haven't been in either of those places, period. But I got to go to Dayton. That was pretty cool. That was the last one I got to do. I met a lot of great creatives there, and it was just a vibe. But yeah, other than that, man, I've had a lot more time to sit with myself and reflect in an introspective way and a retrospective way. And not only has that helped me as an artist, but it's helped me as a person in general, I feel like it really was a kind of a break that I needed. And I got laid off from my job, which I was planning on leaving anyway. So I was making money off unemployment that was more than what I was making there. I was like, what the fuck is this, dude?
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah. And I was like, of course it felt good to have that. It's a blessing. It's I wish they would have done the same for people that are working.
Right.
But you know what I mean? I either way, I was appreciative of the fact that, things still ended up working out for me in the end. Because at first I was fearful, I'm not going to lie. And it takes a lot for something to put me into any state of fear, and I conquered that. I conquered a lot of things with myself, and I had a chance to really work on music more and spend that time conceptualizing and cultivating a lot of different things musically and for my own my personal health, my spiritual health, a lot of different things like that. So I'd say overall this has been a blessing in disguise for myself. And maybe for a lot of other people in the world, whether they realize it yet or not, as much as bad that, is happening from this, it's a ripple effect. There's good as well. So it's I'm trying to, help people focus on that. So a lot of people get lost in the bad things that are going on. It's the way our brains are kind of wired.
I do hope that through all this, it shakes people up and breaks them out of their routines and just causes kind of a massive shift in the way we operate.
Yeah, it's a conscious awakening, and that's a big reason why it worked out for me so well, because I needed that break. I needed it so bad. That's why I was gonna leave my job anyway, because I wanted to focus on music more. So it's dude, I don't even know. It's just divine. How did this work out this well? And just because I put my trust into it, I didn't freak out too much. I didn't try to force anything. I was just I need to calm down, I need to breathe, and learn more, and just take action of my life. So that's what I've been trying to work on. And I've been donating to a lot of different things. I donated to a few different things for the Black Lives Matter movement. I donated to your guys' grant, because things like that. No problem, man. Things like that. I donated to Matter News. I'm trying to help more people out. That abundance that I've been receiving, I'm trying to give that to other people and help people. I don't know, just have more faith in the fact that things will work out in the end.
Yeah, this is seeming like a lot of new beginnings for a lot of people.
Yeah.
A hard reset that a lot of people needed.
Yeah, it did help me with my music in a way too. It made me start focusing on the instruments in my music more.
That's awesome, man.
I was practicing guitar a lot during quarantine. A lot.
Outlets like that are great, and even aside from all of that, let's say you're an artist who writes lyrics. If you haven't had anything to talk about before, you have so much you could talk about now.
You know what? I actually have had a real hard time writing lyrics during Corona.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's not really it's more just me being in a rut creatively.
Yeah.
But I haven't actually been focusing on lyrics at all this year. It's just been the production side for me.
Well, yeah, if you're making all of that yourself, it's it's equally as important, if not more important, because that's the foundation which you're laying the lyrics upon. You know what I mean? And the better that is, the better lyrics you're gonna draw out of yourself through it.
Honestly, it's easier for me to write lyrics if I make the beat. I don't know why, but it's
same because you understand it. It's something Jonesy said on that episode I watched with him, and he said it's like a puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it's like, man. And when you set the foundation for that puzzle yourself, it's it's a lot easier to put it together. It's obviously you don't know how it's going to be when you first go into it, but it's beautiful when, ever since I learned how to produce, it made me better at rapping because I understood beats more. I understood how to ride a beat a lot better, and just like whether it's like the kick or the hi-hat or the melody, it's like writing that and just like existing within it.
Shout out Jonesy real quick.
Yeah,
for real.
He's a great dude, man. I haven't really got the chance to like talk to him a whole lot yet. Him and Asia and Uni, shout out to him, formerly Nellum.
Yeah.
Sam again. A lot of the creatives I've seen in Columbus, Joseph Keith. A lot of these people are big inspirations to me,
Yeah, dude, for sure. Shout out Asia. Asia was so fucking supportive of me.
Really?
On my first show.
She seems like a very supportive person.
Yeah. She just came up to me after I got off stage, and she was like, she just gave me all the energy I could ever need.
I feel like, she's a great hype man, for sure. Or hype woman, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna remember her. Like, next time I go on stage, I'm gonna carry that energy she gave me. I'm gonna really try to do what she told me. She was like, you come out there like I'm a fucking god.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like that's how I feel too, because there's certain performances like I put it all out there, and then just like the energy people give me, like, bro, oh my god, like I fucked with that so much. Your energy is just like, yes, I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of times I'll get done performing and I'm like, of course there's a lot of things I did right, but instantly my brain's like, okay, you could have worked on this, you could have done this better. But when you get those affirmations, it's like, yeah, you got to carry that with you, bro. Because
being an empath probably helps your performance too.
Yeah, it can help it or it can hinder it. Like a lot of it is like just quite literally what's going on around me. Because I've had shows. Most of them I've done have been in Newark. Sam was doing new work shows at the Somewhere Else bar, and it's like when you're around so many people and you've known for a long time, their interpersonal issues can affect affect me, and like even in a subtle way can throw me off. But I'm getting better at just like, just taking that, just throwing it on my shoulder. Tonight's not about that. Tonight is about. It's not about me either, really. It's just about taking that energy and that creative passion and just fucking inspiring people with it. And that's like a big thing I'm going to do for Newark is try to build sort of like an art scene there and like more entertainment and things, just outlets, because like so many kids in Newark just don't have shit to do, man. There's so much just people just doing drugs, going to parties, fucking. That's really most of what's going on there. And don't get me wrong, like I don't want to take anything from it, because it's like, there's a lot of people there with potential, but a lot of people haven't realized that potential, or they do and they're just like, they're not doing shit with it because they don't have a lot to, like my music career hasn't really gone anywhere until I started, I started working with Sam, and I started like meeting people in Columbus and all of that. And I love the fact that people from Columbus, like, they don't even, like, even if I tell them I'm from Newark, they treat me like I'm from here.
That is true. Yeah.
Nobody treats me like an outsider here. And it's like, that's what I love, you know what I mean? And that's how I treat people that come to Newark. Because no one's an outsider anywhere. None of us fucking own any bit of this planet. We're all coexisting here together.
Yeah, like, we typically don't interview people that are, like, from out of state. But we've interviewed people from now Newark, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Dayton. I'm cool with wherever in Ohio. I feel like everywhere in Ohio is kind of Columbus to Columbus people.
That makes sense, honestly. And yeah, just seeing that like unity and feeling that energy of just acceptance, man, it's such a great thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of love in the city. That's one of the biggest reasons I'm glad I'm in Columbus.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm trying to do. Should I divulge my ultimate plan, Zay?
No, I think you should keep the people in the dark.
Just keep that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, but just so you guys know, Cory has something really exciting.
I actually announced the food show last.
Sorry if anybody just hurt my neck. That was a lot of pops.
Oh, that's cool, dude. I do that constantly. It's terrible.
Well, you weren't talking about the food show.
Dude, this helps a lot. If you like, just pull it over like that and just eat with ease, just
like ease it over.
Yeah.
Damn. This is like reminding me of how Joseph Keith showed us how to flare the heel on an audio podcast.
Yeah, dude, I recommend practicing yoga sometime.
Really?
I never got into it my whole life, but just recently my girlfriend started, so naturally I was like, all right, I'm gonna try that. And
that's cool.
There's this girl, it's Yoga with Adrian. She's on YouTube. She has very comprehensive little videos that help you a lot. And dude, I feel so much better than I have been.
Really?
Not that I felt bad, but you know what I mean? It's just that little
there's a next level unlocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm getting my flexibility back slowly and things like that. Dude, it just feels good. It's tough, don't get me wrong. It's not easy, but yeah, man, she's definitely or there's other YouTubers that do it as well that you might vibe with more, but
oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, there's probably ranges of motion in my body that I do not have access to that I didn't think I needed.
Dude, I'm telling you, flexibility, just the mindset of flexibility and on the physical level of flexibility is super important. The Bruce Lee, be like water. It's that's what water is. It's flexible. It's adaptable to anything.
Yeah.
It takes no shape, no form. It's just whatever it needs to be.
Yeah. It's fucking cool, man.
But yeah, I've been practicing yoga a lot. Even there was a EDM show Sam had in Newark at that Somewhere Else bar recently, and I was just there dancing for hours, straight, probably 2 hours, maybe a little bit more. But
damn.
you know what I mean? I was sore when I got up in the morning, and I did some yoga, and then it's not it just took it and made it disappear, but it didn't bother me anymore. It was yeah, my body's fine.
It was throwing the hit next to you.
Yeah.
In a way.
It just I felt good. I was able to just move and go throughout my day without that hindering me in any way, any small or large.
Oh yeah, man.
It's a great thing, man. It's treats your body as instead of just thinking of all these individual limbs and things like that, it's one solid unit.
We are about an hour and 5 minutes in. This felt like 20 minutes.
That really was.
This has been breezing by, man.
Bro.
Yeah.
Damn.
Just got a couple last minute questions here.
Yes, sir.
What are your plans for 2020 and beyond, situation allowing? Hoping we get that vaccine in November.
So, 2020, by the end of this year, I would love to have because I kind of wanted Pisces to be my debut project, but it didn't quite hit that mark for me. And just because I want to have something special. I want to have something that's just I feel strongly has not been done before.
Whoops.
That was a cool little... Was that Discord?
That's Discord.
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, I would like to have something like that. At least, I want to have, you know what I mean, a lot of it done by the end of 2020. I'm not going to force myself to have, a deadline if I don't feel like I'm going to reach it. Mm-hmm. But that's something I really want to do. And I'm working on an EP right now called Don't. And the idea is, you put the word don't in front of the titles of the songs. So it's for instance, I have a AMV I'm working on that I previewed on my Instagram a couple weeks ago, and the title of the song is Zone 314, but it's also Don't Sleep on Me because it's 3 Z's and then ON 3.14.
I like that.
Yeah, when I thought of that, I was I like that. I like that a lot. It was it just came to me.
That's dope.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
So I have Don't that I am in the process of working on, trying to get visuals, like I said earlier, getting that website figured out. And in terms of beyond 2020, like I was saying, just starting to build that in Newark, just that scene slowly and that drive for people. Because there's a lot of people around me in Newark that are, either making music or want to make music, and it's we could do big things, and we don't have to necessarily, it's not I am expecting anyone to just stay there. You're free to do whatever you want. And I'm probably, I'm going to have to expand, I'm going to have to go to other places and, bring that back.
Mm-hmm.
What I've learned, it's not I can necessarily just stay there the whole time, but, we can build something there, something for the kids at the very least, just, make it a better place. Be the change we want to see. And I just want to progress down that road of self-mastery, mastering my thoughts, emotions, getting in touch with that spiritual center and truly like having that manifest throughout my life and bring me more abundance of just blessings and knowledge I can teach to other people, you know.
Hell yeah.
Just things like that.
How can people find and support you?
So my Instagram is I'm that pie guy. IMTHATPIGUY. I don't have the exclamation point in that because I made it before I made that decision, and also it's just I feel like that kind of like makes it a little bit more confusing than it already is. A lot of people when I tell them like my Instagram, they're like, I'm that pig guy, or like things like that. A lot of people do that, bro. Like I did not consider that when I was making that name, but I could see where they would, you know, I could see how they would do that. But that's what it is on Instagram. SoundCloud's the same exact thing. It used to be my birth date, but I changed it. My Facebook page is just that pie guy 314. My YouTube is Almighty Pie.
Almighty Pie.
Almighty Pie.
Very nice.
Yeah, I can't stick to one thing, I guess. It's too hard for me. But yeah, all that shit. Website's coming. It'll be Planet of Pie.
Nice.
That's coming as soon as I can possibly get it out. I'm going to take my time with it. You know, me and Harbinger are going to make that shit. We're going to hook it up.
Nice.
And I think that's about it. I mean, I do have a little bit of older music on Spotify, Apple Music, and all that shit through DistroKid, but
yeah,
it's older music. So I mean, if you just want to look up Pi, I have a project called Full Circle. I have Principle, Polarity, a few other things. So if you guys want to check that out, it'd mean a lot to me. I don't expect you to, because the new shit that I'm about to be coming out with is I'm telling you.
Hell yeah. You have any last minute shout outs to make?
I feel like I made a lot of shout outs, but I'll do a couple more. Shout out the Solo Players group. I met them through one of my like best friends, like my sister Alicia. Her mom Marie is with one of their members. His name's Don. He goes by D Smith. So shout out to them. They perform a lot of Newark shows. They're Columbus natives, so you know they do shit up here as well. Shout out my dude Dom. He goes by Sideshow. I'm helping him, you know, get started up with all of his stuff. I have a group of friends. One of them is Leo, who I mentioned like way earlier. BRB is like kind of like the group Bong Rip Boys. Nice. That's very much a work in progress, but shout out to those guys. They're cool ass people, man. You know, shout out my mom.
Of course.
Shout out God. Shout out you guys, because you guys have definitely, this has been great conversation. Shout out Cassie and Jalen and all they're doing. You know, I'm not super involved in that stuff, but the more I've been learning about it, I'm just like, I super appreciate people that do that hard ass work. Shout out Sam Rothstein. This man has helped me fucking do so much with my life. And dude, I don't want to keep going, it's gonna take forever, but shout out Columbus, man. Shout out all you guys, and thank you for all the love. There's so many new things coming.
Hell yeah. Alright, before we wrap up, I'm going to elaborate on the plan that I was about to mention earlier. So I did mention this in Dan Seabury's episode, but this might actually come out before Dan's episode.
Okay.
So, and I would like you to be involved in this to some extent.
Okay.
I would like everyone in Columbus to be involved in this to some extent. However much we can. Might have to start saying no to some people, you know what I mean? But, so here's the plan. So, if anybody in the audience has watched, like, Fuck That's Delicious, or say, like, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, you know, shows like that. I don't know if I got that order correct, but food shows where you just go around, you fuck around, you eat food.
Yeah.
You know? So, Columbus has a lot of really cool restaurants.
It does.
It's a testing market for a lot of America when it comes to the food industry.
This is true. We have the original Wendy's. Like, straight up.
I did not know that.
Shout out to Dale.
Yeah. Who the fuck Dale is? Dave. Dave? It's Dave Thomas. You meant to say Dave.
Dave, you had so much confidence.
My friend told me that the new guy is named Dale's. So.
Oh, the new guy?
The new guy.
Who the fuck is the new guy?
Shout out Dale, I guess.
Shout out Dale
and Dave.
Damn. All right,
yeah.
Cool.
You know, if I'm wrong about that, then you can blame my friend Josh.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Shout out Dale, dude.
So if anybody's ever seen shows like that, we're doing a show called Gab Street Eats. It's going to be high quality. We're getting a production team behind it, boom mics and all that shit. We're going to be taking guests just like we do in this show out to restaurants. We're going to be eating and reviewing food. We're going to be fucking around. It's going to be less of an interview and more of just a conversation, you know. And we're going to have Marty McFly from The Emperor Chaz, who has an extensive culinary background. He's going to be part of the show as well. He's going to be asking the chefs questions in the kitchen, shit like that, because I am less culinarily gifted. So covering that half of things. And we're going to be just putting on for some restaurants around town, getting them some promo, getting them some eyes, and just having a lot of fun doing it, you know? Just want to put on for every part of Columbus. So reach out about ad spots now, because they're going to be going.
Yeah, that sounds really dope, man.
We do need sponsors, though, so reach out if you are interested. We will be accepting sponsors for the production of that show. And if you're interested in being on it as a guest, or if you would like to co-host at some point, please send us an email, gabstpodcast@gmail.com, and we will get back to you on that. Keep donating to CCCG. Thank you for putting all those funds in there, putting that energy in there. We are going up until the end of August. Then we'll be announcing the winners on episode 81 or something. I don't know. But thank you for listening this week. We'll be back at you next week as usual, Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. We'll see you then.
Wonderful evening or morning, whenever you see this.